Hey, what's up, everyone? Gaming Hearts 1 here, and today I'm going to talk briefly about Sonic Frontiers, which came out the other day on November 8th. It was released on multiple game systems, including the PS4, PS5, Microsoft Windows, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox Series X. And honestly, it's one of the more decent Sonic the Hedgehog games I've seen in quite some time, probably since Sonic Mania from 2017. And just looking at the game, it looks very impressive, and it's something that a lot of people had nothing but decent things to say about it in relation to its look and in relation to its design, in relation to the storyline, and honestly, in relation to the open world environment that is presented in Star Falls Island, which is somewhat reminiscent of that of Zelda Breath of the Wild from 2017. And the whole theme of this game is artificial intelligence, and the focus is solely on Sonic the Hedgehog, even though you have other characters like Dr. Eggman and Tails and Knuckles and all of them that are in the game as well. And I feel like the gameplay mechanics in this was something that honestly brought more life to this game. And I do feel that like this game is one that exceeded my initial expectations, because when I saw the very first trailer for this game, it kind of gave me Sonic '06 vibes. And everybody know that Sonic 2006 was a horrible game. And I do feel that one of the more redeeming qualities of the games was, I guess, the boss battles, specifically the final boss battle, where players had to go up against Supreme, and Supreme is probably one of the better bosses of the entire Sonic series. And Sonic Frontier, in my opinion, is one of the better 3D Sonic games that we have seen in a very long time, because to me, the last awesome Sonic game came out back in like 2001, and that was like over 20 years ago. And that was like Sonic Adventure 2, if I'm not mistaken. But not to say that all like 3D Sonic games are stinkers. Some people thought Unleashed was decent, and some people thought Secret of the Rings was decent as well. But I do feel that Sonic Frontiers was one that it was a game that was impressive, because I feel like the cyber space theme, along with the glitching effect for like cutscenes and stuff like that, really added to the overall vibe of the game. And it was something that was new and different, because I don't think like cyberspace or cyber technology was ever a major theme in any of the previous Sonic games. And normally when it comes down to Sonic games in general, there are like different gimmicks where, like, you know, I guess Sonic is supposed to like have like some type of special feature or quality, or there's like emphasis on something special, even though the formula is the same, with Dr. Eggman being the main villain and all of that. I think cyberspace was rather interesting, and I thought it was something that that kind of relates to current time, the current day and age, because it seems like artificial intelligence in general is just taking over almost everything. So I do feel that it was fitting to have that. But at the same time, a lot of people go on record and say, well, not a lot, but some people go on record and say that Sonic Frontiers was kind of boring. And you know, that's just something that's, you know, it's just based on opinion, but I wouldn't say it wasn't boring. I feel like it was intriguing. I think the gameplay and the overall art design of the game, along with the moveset that Sonic was given in this particular game, I think it was something that was pretty unique. But when you think of like the fun Sonic games that came out in the past, they were normally gimmicky, like stages with like catchy music and all that stuff that appealed to children. It seems like this game was designed to appeal more to like teenagers and a more adult audience. And I do feel that like the better Sonic games were the ones that were designed to appeal to children, where everything was basic, and I guess like the less characters you have, the better. But I do feel that Sonic Frontiers was a game that I think it did good incorporating the characters that we're used to seeing and then keeping them at a reasonable number while introducing a new storyline and I guess trying to get players emotionally invested into it. So I think the storyline aspect of the game was pretty well thought out, and it was something that, like, I feel like this is something that could have, you know what, on second thought, I don't know if this could have passed off as a potential Sonic Adventure 3 type game, but at the same time, you look at the whole thing of artificial intelligence, and you look at the I guess you look at the like the whole thing between the ancients and the titans and all that stuff. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the final season of Sonic X, which to me was like an unofficial like Sonic. Like that could have been a storyline for a potential Sonic Adventure 3 game, but it still probably wouldn't have been as good as Sonic Adventure 2 or the storyline for that particular game. But overall, Sonic Frontiers is a game that I do feel will go down as one of the better games of 2022, mainly because 2022 has not been like a really great year for gaming in general. And we've only gotten like a handful of games that have had like massive commercial success, like, you know, Elden Ring or, you know, God of War Ragnarok. There isn't too many video games or too many high profile video games that has come out this year to a point where Sonic Frontiers is going to be overshadowed or anything like that. But it's quite possible that the game could be overshadowed next year because we have a lot of big releases coming out in 2023 for a variety of game systems, and even though like the Sonic series is not quite as popular as it was a few years ago, I do feel that Sonic Frontiers is one of the better 3D installments within its series that we have gotten to see within the past decade or so.